Allah, in the name of Him, the most beneficent, the most merciful. My name is Gabriel Morton, and this is very, very especially important radio, international YouTube program for everybody who is interested about the future of the humankind and next generations in the world. God bless you all, especially noble journalists and more specifically noble politicians. Yesterday or in the previous sessions, I talked about increasement of the IQ and imagination power for the young teenagers of the United States of America. I just want to say that as a man without any bias and as a human rights defender and as a philanthropist man, as humanistic man, this is my great pleasure to serve to every nation and every country. Previous session, I talked about how much we will be helpful about the American great nation and American teenagers. My friendship with the Americans, with the both party of the United States, Democrat or Republicans, Joe Biden companies, Joe Biden and his companies in one side, Donald Trump, the great peacemaker and the most blessed politician by Jesus Christ inside United States. I am your friend and I want to keep my friendship with you. My friendship with the Americans and the Western countries and Christian society would never prevent to make friendship with great historical man Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping and Kim Jong-un. Today I want to explain about the strategy that will make a group of the powerful union of the countries. The BRIC countries will make a union. This union will be stronger than European Union. 10 times BRIC new joined countries will be more powerful than European Union. Why? Because this new union contains 5 billion people in the world. 1.5 billion in China, 1.5 billion in India, and 1 billion in Asia, totally 4 billion, plus the Muslim societies and African countries who joined to the BRICS. Nowadays, unfortunately, because of the misunderstanding between the Western democratic countries in one side and Eastern countries, we have hostility and enmity between Russia and China and Kim Jong-un in the one side, Western countries, Great Britain and their alliance countries like European countries in the other side. The most blessed, peaceful way must be taken by both sides. They must delete any hostility and the history of the enmity and restart. And what is this restart? We want to drop USA dollar, who is dominant in the world as an international money. This dropping dollar is useful for all of the for all of the countries and most of the people in the world, even most of the people inside United States. I will say later by economic reasoning why delete dollar and use another new money would be the best way in front of the human being about make justice. And this justice is about everything, about welfare, happiness, about the fortune, etc., etc., etc. So, today I want to describe the strategy that will be taken by Kim Jong-un, Xi Jinping, and Vladimir Putin. This new strategy will make 500 millions new jobs for the countries who join to this new alliance. As I said, and later on you will see that without any bluffing, this new strategy of making a union of the BRIC countries that will be 10 times more greater, more powerful, and more successful and more effective in the future of the human being, 10 times stronger than Europe. This new union is a good way for Eastern countries. Because I know the personality and characteristics characteristics of these great leaders, Kim Jong-un, Xi Jinping, and Vladimir Putin, who are resistant against the hostility of the European countries and America and their alliance. We want to change this. We want to change enmity between this group, Eastern and Western countries. We want to change and transform this enmity to competition. So, I will start a new era, and I am sure about humble, reasonable personality of the Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping, and Kim Jong-un. They great leaders. These great leaders, they are not dictators or cruel leaders. They want justice, and they want to do their own best to help other nations. Helping other nations to be more strong economically is useful, not just only for the countries who join to this alliance of the BRICS, but also for all of the rest of the world. We don't fight straightly to the United States and their foreign policy. We don't start any hostile approach. We don't want to continue the enmity. We want to start friendship, and at the same time we want to start competition. Competition is not similar to the enmity. Nowadays we see enmity between Russia and European countries. Nowadays we see enmity between Palestine people and Israeli great nation. In the parenthesis, I just want to imply that unfortunately, that is not the failure and hostility by Israel. First of all, Palestinians start to take hostage, to do kidnapping. These innocent people who are captured by Hamas, they don't deserve to be killed. Even they don't deserve to be in the prison of the Hamas, even for 1 day, even for 1 hour. So as a reasonable man, and as a philanthropist, and as a good judge, I can't condemn the behavior of the Israel during the past 9 months ago to now. I can't condemn them until that Hamas release all of the Israeli hostages. But this is not our subject today. Our subject, I want to initiate a new strategy that will be taken by great leaders, Kim Shi-put, the triangle of the great leader, Kim Jong-un, Vladimir Putin, and Xi Jinping. They will start a new innovative and initiative approach about the BRICS and any other countries who love justice in the world. Dominance of the dollar over the international transaction, over the international financial dealings is not based on justice. This dominance of the dollar make misery for the countries. even for 90% of the people inside United States of America. We want to make blessing for United States of America, and I will introduce in the next sessions the Super Alliance economic strategy for United States. This Super Alliance is over the technology and make the best welfare for people. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, the dominance of the dollar over the international transactions will not make a good, effective, optimized, or Optimus, as Elon Musk said, Optimus. I learned from Elon Musk. In the parentheses, I say this, but I want to say very, very, very important. I am the best friend for Americans, just for American people, and it's great nation, and I am not bluffing, I am not a hypocrite, I am not lying. Sincerely, I am the best friend for the 99% of the peoples in the world, except the oligarchs, except the selfish people, except anybody who want to just enjoy life without any bother, and any nation who want to distribute the poverty to the other nations, just because of the joining, because of the entertainment, they don't have a right. I just want to say that instead of the dollar, any other money, if we take as an international money and accept that, will make corruption in the society that made other nations obedient by use their own economic power and their own money. We want to do best about United States of America. I will make the life of the Americans, the life of the 99% of the Americans, I will make it better, 10 times better than the before. But today, as I said, I want just to describe what is necessary to be done as much as quick that they can about the joined countries who will increase day by day to this new justice seeker revolution in the world. What is this justice seeker revolution? Any country who join to the BRICS and want to be free from the dominance of the dollar, they will do great, God blessed thing, the greatest movement by noble politicians of these countries who join to this camp. This revolutionary of the camp will be responsible to make 500 million new jobs for Eastern countries, especially Asian countries, Middle East countries, Muslim societies, and Africa. So my recommendation to the Muslim society and African countries, especially Asian countries, to join as soon as possible to the camp that established by Vladimir Putin. My request to the Vladimir Putin about making peace with the European countries is remained the same. I ask from the both hostile countries, stop hostility, remove the bad history in their mind. So let us to begin and restart a new era. I want both sides about Palestine and Israel make ceasefire. Israel must do ceasefire, but Palestinians necessarily must release and make freedom of the slave, freedom of the imprisoned, freedom of the kidnapped people. That is obviously unacceptable for me as a Muslim and for almost most of the peoples in the world. The innocent people in the hand of the Hamas must be released as soon as possible. Otherwise, we can't push Israel to do ceasefire. I can destroy Palestine, I said about the Tehran, and you see, maybe after 10 days, after 20 days, if the wrong approach of the government, about the economy, about the distribution of the poverty between Iranians by make the wrong decision about the economy. In the parentheses, I just want to say that Ali Khamenei is okay. He is acceptable for me as a supervisor and leader for the next movement, especially next political position inside Iran. But he must moderate, and I will ask him, please, Ali Khamenei, moderate your policies about the inside policies and outside policies, about the political position and political line, and make it more close to the justice. And also about about take to the practice the new economic movement and orders and decisions that will make more justice inside of Iran and in the international society. So that is another session, and I will describe in the next programs about the China and Russia and North Korea and any other countries, especially Muslim countries and Europe and East Europe, some of the East European countries and African countries who join beside India to this new great era. We want they collect together in Beijing or inside Moscow, doesn't matter, or in any other places. We want to make a great economic alliance. So I want to ask Xi Jinping to make new devices. I called and named these new devices. Instead of telephone, we will have teleform. Teleform, that means forming and shaping and forging something new from far. What we want to shape or forge or make it possible in some countries who are far from the center of the decisions in the eastern camp and the eastern capital of the decision making, maybe Moscow, probably Moscow or Beijing. We want the spirit and make about 5 billion new devices. These are not cell phones or telephones. These are teleform. This teleform will make shaping new structure of the new political structures and new economical structures. This new form is a device that has kit, that has board, electronic boards, something like cell phone, but that is not cell phone. Something like the ATM size, something like the ATM devices, but very, very small. And the aim of these devices is make the most advanced economic professional management. We want to gather all of the information, even from the farmost villages in Africa, farmost places inside Asia, some village between the mountains, a lot of places that are not easily accessible in the east of the Russia because that is so much cold. Because that is these villages is inside the mountain most of the times. That is so much difficult because of the coldness, because of the many things. We want to communicate and give the best scientific professional consultation to these villagers, to these small producers, to this small business. What would be the result for the world? We empower people who live in the farmost places who are not accessible easily. For example, the farmost village inside India, that is so much difficult to go there and establish factory. We want to make a net of the 5 billion people. These 5 billion people will be so much strong, and the power of the United States will gonna to be decreased relatively to this great colonies of the people who promise to help each other about everything. The great scientists of the China and Russia will join together and will make these devices that is so much cheap, and they will make about 5 billion devices and connect by using SIM card, by telecommunication tools, or by wire. All of the out of the access places, we make a new community, and these new devices will gather all of the information from the foremost villages, from the foremost places, foremost provinces, cities, and to this information, these informations will collect in some center inside China or Russia, or some center of the computers that will analyze the information of the people and recommend for them how they we will make financial consultation for them. We will make more effective consultation, even more effective than artificial intelligence and Google. We will make for them, we will guide them to build their own factories. Even if we can't attend there or go there, we will give them knowledge to, this knowledge will solve all of their problems and make it possible for themselves to build their own small factories or big factories near to their cities or near to the village. This increasement of the abilities of the peoples who are suffered from loneliness, or they are isolated because they live in the foremost places inside Greenland or North Pole, or from the north east of the Russia. There are a lot of places that government can't go there because that is too much timely and costly. So we will give them the best consultation by using these devices. These devices will be distributed there and is a tool between these nations and peoples to communicate with the center of the decisions, center of the political decisions, economic decisions, and more especially center of the scientists who help these peoples who are deprived until now from good consultation. We will give them tools, we will give them knowledge. They will make increasement of the GDP in the local, in their locations, in their village. Doesn't matter any city or village who join to these BRICS countries, even they can independent from their government, they can join to the Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping, and we will send tools. Or even if we don't want to send themselves tools, we will send them knowledge, how they can extract all of their minds, how can they take wealth from their surrounding and from their nature, and we will help them, give them for a good education. We will make a great central university. This university will help people by do medical care and medical consultation. We will reduce poverty from every corner of the world. So this is very, very holy movement. And Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping and Kim Jong-un, they have the flags in the upcoming days, fighting with the poverty, fighting with the lack of the knowledge, fighting with the lack of the education, fighting with the lack of the experiences. So we will make by people. We will send consultation and teach them how they can improve their life, their welfare, their disease. We will solve their problems, and this increasement of the GDP, because this will make increasement of the GDP in every village, city, in Africa, in every corner of the world that has not enough access to the tools. They will increase their own GDP. We will make 500 million new jobs, and they will come up. They will grow. They will do grow economically and about other aspects of the life. Then these go up, and they grow and grow. And the distance between the peak of the welfare inside of the United States gonna to be decreased day by day, month by month. The difference between the peoples who are living in the poverty and pain and many other things in India, in Russia, in China, in North Korea, in some countries like Vietnam, Cambodia, any places that suffered because of the colonialism, because of the war, because of the invasion during the history, any poverty gonna to be fade away and gonna to decrease day by day. And this distance between the most luxurious life is inside United States, and these nations gonna to be decrease and decrease. As a result, we increase the power of these nations, these villages, these countries, and America gonna to be stronger day by day. But we will increase the speed of the improvement about the other places. So the distance between America and this country is gonna to be smaller and smaller and smaller. Finally, we will see justice in the world. I want to ask Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping, and Kim Jong-un be the frontier and take the flag of make justice for all of the nations and all of the countries. What is necessary and precondition and pre-requirement to do this is to send this device. These devices is not something maybe that is better to use Xiaomi, but Xiaomi is at least $50, and many people who live in the poverty, that is not possible for them to pay this $50. In many places in the world, there is not electricity yet. So we have to make some new devices that is not hackable, that is not invadable, and this is not something like, I don't know, something that takes just $10 or $20. If that is possible, I want to say, if we make 5 billion of these devices, that is wearable and people use in their pocket, and people make it always on, and let the data center of the scientists inside China, inside Russia, hear them permanently and send their they will send their information to the data center for analyze, and the consultation is the gift for everybody. For example, a lot of families have problems about their own relationship. We will give marriage consultation for people and prevent divorces. a lot of people, if you travel to the farmers village and see the poverty, you will see nowadays that divorce is something like cancer or pandemic of the cancer, pandemic of the disease. Divorce in the in the poverty, in about the in between people who are suffering from poverty, that is so much more than other average people. So we want to prevent divorce. We have to guide people and solve their problem, give them psychological consultation, economic consultation, how they can increase their properties, for example, their home, anybody who breed animals, how they can prevent the disease for animals, how to vaccinate these animals by themselves from far. We will support them, give them tools. We will send medicine to them or help them to make their own medicines. And we will send the bill for this and make money, also increase the wealth of these families 10 times, 20 times more than now, and they will join to this new strong BRICS countries. What is the aim? We want to finish hostility and enmity between East and West. And we want to do competition. Just like if you go inside United States of America, a lot of technology company, they are not bloody enemy. They are competitor to each other. They don't want to kill each other. Even if they want to kill each other, there is a strong regulation and rules and law inside United States prevent some competitors with the Elon Musk come and kill Elon Musk. So they compete to each other instead of killing each other, or instead of enmity, they just compete to each other. These competitions is so much sometimes cruel, but they would never kill or bombard each other. We want to make it between Russia and Western country. Instead of the hostility, instead of the enmity, we can do match. We can do competitions about serve to our nation and other nation. Internal help for people, external help for people. So that was the preface of the new approach by BRICS. BRICS will not just want to destroy dollar or remove dollar. BRICS want to help people, to help other nations, especially the countries who clearly join to this group. We want to elaborate their economy, their economic values, their GDP, their education, their medicine, their Medicare, their psychological consultation, their education, their universities, their hospitals. We want to increase and empower these nations. As a result, the distance between United States and these countries is going to be decrease and decrease, and the final aim of the BRICS is making justice in the world. So that was the preface. Let me continue in the next session. God bless you all.